What up, America? What's going on? What up, what up, what up, what up, and what up? And a few more what ups, and you're welcome to add more of your own if you like. Yeah, Donald is frozen, as you can see.
Right, man.
Oh man. Listen, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Rod and Don. We're in the building. It's Brooklyn Beers and Ball Sports Show. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still good. Thank God. Congratulations to Don and his 49ers. We're going to definitely unpack the game. But before we do that, and before we, give Don the floor for all his bragging rights, as he so richly deserves, we want y'all to do us a favor. We need y'all to like and share YouTube, Facebook, and do that for us, okay? We appreciate the support. We love the show. So listen, and we make a room for all the haters, all Cowboy haters. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We got room for you. And yeah, it's going to be a good show. And it's going to be a lot of 49ers in here today. So it's all good. So Big D, man, I know you're feeling good, but go ahead. Tell America how good you really are feeling.
Well, listen, I try to pride myself on being gracious in victory and defeat. So I'm looking forward to a good show, a good, exchange of views based on the game. And so I'm excited about that. I think it should be a good show. I mean, without further ado, man, let's get into it. Week 5 is almost in the books. We got a game currently going on. The Raiders versus the Packers. And that game is, pretty decent.
Yeah, they're moving the ball. Yeah. I think it's 3-9 Packers.
Yeah, so, the majority of the games, Week 5 games, are already in the books. And as we spoke on our last show, the big game, the marquee game, and we'll probably focus mostly on the marquee game. It was Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers were 3.5-point favorites. The over-under was 45 points. So, listen, this is going to be more of a therapy session than it is going to be a debate show today. I want to give you an opportunity to just really vent, get things off your chest as a Cowboys fan, a delusional Cowboys fan that really thought you had an opportunity to win. You really thought that you were really going to come into Levi's Stadium and get a W. So, I'll let you go first. The floor is yours, and then we'll talk after. What do you say?
All right. That's what's up. Listen, usually, Big D starts to show off. He sets the groundwork and everything for us and gets us structured for our topics, and we start to go in it. But today, he's going to be gracious enough, even in victory, and go ahead and let me go first. I just want to tell you, America, had the Dallas Cowboys won, I don't know if I would have been as gracious. Maybe that's probably why we lost, because I was so eager to lay down the hammer, on the show today. But a lot to say, a lot we saw yesterday. And I want to just, for the record, as we already know, I actually picked the 49ers to win. But, of course, I did believe that Dallas had a chance to win this game. I'd still believed that Dallas, if they were to do some things, they would have had a chance to win the game. So let me just go ahead. I'm going to get all of this out. Thank you, D, for giving me the floor. All right, I'm going to just get this out, then I'm going to let you do your thing. All right? Here is the problem, okay? Here is the problem with Dallas. The 49ers prepared for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys did not prepare for the 49ers. I doubt it if we even practiced this week. I really do. I really do. I don't think we actually did. We prepared for this team. This team being the barometer. This team being the measuring stick for the Cowboys to know where they are as a championship caliber team. For the Cowboys coming into this season, it was NFC Championship or bust. There was only one team that was in our way. and that was the San Francisco 49ers. Why? Because they eliminated us 2 years in a row in the playoffs. Last year, we played well enough to win, but we came up short. 49ers have been the best team in football since the beginning of the season. In fact, I still think they would have even gone to the Super Bowl if Purdy doesn't get hurt. The scary part with the 49ers is that they got better. Okay, Purdy got better. The team got better. Shanahan took the team to another level. And then what we see here is that they actually prepared for the Cowboys. Okay, they do what they do, but they also was able to exploit matchups. They were, again, physical, right? 49ers, everybody on that team block, even the kicker. The kicker can block if he needed to, okay? Everybody blocks. Kittle blocks, Debo blocks, Ayuk blocks, okay? Juszczyk block. Everybody blocks. Everybody. That is a physical team. And you can clearly see there was a plan. There was something schematic that this team, the 49ers that is, that they were believing in, that if they execute this well, they would triumph. And that's exactly what happened. The Cowboys, on the other hand, we did nothing. We did nothing. We went into this game expecting to just do what we do and not exploit any matchups. Why is Michael Parsons on 11 plays lined up over Trent Williams? Why is that? Makes no sense. So that means to tell me you actually gave away 11 plays where you took away your most explosive player on defense to have an opportunity to make a play by putting him up against a brick wall. A person that no man, no human is getting by, right? So you decide to line him up against the best left tackle in all of football, a Hall of Famer. And that was your plan in doing that, okay? You guys, what? Ayuk was so wide open. Guys was so wide open. People were, there was miles apart between a 49er receiver and a Cowboy defender, okay? The secondary, Malik Hooker, Jaron Kearse with a bad penalty on the offsides. I don't know what he was thinking. Mental breakdown there. Donovan Wilson played horrible, always trying to make the big play with the big hit, but he never plays discipline, doesn't stay in his gaps, over pursues, just like Malik Hooker. The safeties played bad, okay? And like I told y'all before, you know, our corners, now again, Deron Bland played well, okay? All right, he played well. But oh boy, I you know, from New England, and I told y'all before the game started, I said last week, he's lost a little something. I'm losing my, can y'all still hear me out there? I don't know, I'm losing my.
We can hear you.
Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, all right.
Your audio is good.
Okay, my audio's good. All right, I'm gonna look a little blurred, but it's all right, because that's how I feel. I feel blurred. The Cowboys are blurred, so it's okay. So we're gonna go with a blurred look today. I want this camera to reflect what I feel on the inside. All right, so let Don shine, and I'm gonna be blurred today. Okay, America. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be blurred out today. All right, D, you get all the shine today. All right, no, Cowboys again. When you look at the way we had our offensive line intact, all 5 starters played, right? Horrible. Nothing. Gave up pressure. Dak was scared. Dak was afraid. Dak held onto the ball way too long. We did not scheme CeeDee Lamb open. Yes, he was getting double coverage in the beginning, but then after a while, the 49ers was like, I guess they don't want to get him the ball. So we'll just go ahead and play single coverage and do our things, because this West Coast offense that McCarthy has brought into the system now, this whole new flip from what Kellen Moore did, right, which clearly does not compliment Dak, and there's a lot of rumblings that Dak doesn't like this offense, and McCarthy does not feel that Dak is good enough, which I actually am agreeing with the latter. McCarthy does not believe that Dak can run the offense. I don't think he has a lot of confidence in Dak. But the truth is, the way that the 49ers play their press coverage, the way that those guys play up, they're going to take away the slants. They're going to take away the short stuff. And then when you got 2 of the best linebackers in Greenlaw and Warner, who are instinctive linebackers, they can move off coverage and play run and actually rush the quarterback all in the same play. It's amazing what these guys can do and how quick and fast they are. And so your intermediate stuff, it's not there, okay? Dak had Cook open. He had Warner beat. Bad throw. You threw the ball into the locker room. Didn't make any sense. You was under a little bit of pressure, but there was no you had to make that throw a lot early. You should have gotten that out, okay? again, the running game was non-existent, though I thought we kind of gave up a little bit on it a little too soon. I felt Dallas should have, and I said that to you, D, last week. I said if Dallas sticks to the run game, grind out the drives, grind it out. Stop trying to go for the home run. Why are we throwing to Schoonmaker? Why are we throwing the pass to Schoon? A third string tight end. Why are we throwing a seam route to him? I don't understand that. And so my whole thing is Dallas came in with no plan. There was no urgency, and their hearts were taken in that game. There was no life. I'm so disappointed that the Cowboys showed nothing, and they clearly showed that they are out of their league. They have nowhere and no business to be on the same field with the 49ers. They don't even come close. They're not even in the same stratosphere, on the same block, in the same building, in the same zip code. They clearly showed that they are fake good. That's fake good. You're not that team. You are not that team that's ready. You're not better than the Eagles. You're not better than the 49ers, okay? You're not better than Detroit. And the thing is, and we got tough games this year. We got coming. We got to play the Bills. We got to play the Dolphins. We got Detroit coming up. We got Monday night and with the Chargers. These are games that Dallas can definitely lose. I don't even know if we're going to make the playoffs. And you might say, oh, you jumping out of a window, ROD. Chill out, bro. It's not that bad. It's only week 5. You don't lose the season in week 5. Oh, yes, you do. Because here is the key. You beat a team that was the barometer, right? You beat that team. That was a team that you were supposed to come in and play. All the other victories you got would not have made a difference. It's that team you got to beat. And the sad part is, right, you lose to Arizona, who actually played offensively better than Dallas did against the 49ers defense. Okay, the Giants looked better on offense against the Cardinals, whom Dallas couldn't do nothing against their defense. So when you start to compare all of what we've done, and I can guarantee right now, if we played the Jets, I think we would lose. We wouldn't even beat the Jets right now because the Jets is finding their way now. Zach Wilson, they finally just gave him an offense that works for him. He was trying to run Aaron Rodgers' offense. He's got it comfortable now in his system. You can see that they're playing much more inspired football, and Zach is starting to look a little bit better. Dallas is bad. This West Coast system that we're running is horrible. McCarthy is a horrible play caller. 3rd and 4, you run a draw play to McDowell. To Rico Dowell right there, and then you kick a 50-yard field goal. That didn't make any sense to me. What kind of play call was that? And then before the half, you go into the halftime with timeouts in your pocket, by the way, okay? You don't even try to run. You gave up completely on that final possession that you had. But the possession before that, you throw 3 small little out routes, little checkdowns, and you never ran the ball. You could have caused the Niners to burn some timeouts. You had timeouts. You had all 3. Why didn't you try to move the ball down the field? They could not do anything. They were scared. They were shook. They got outplayed. There was no physicality in the game. There was no mentality to the game. This team looked bad. And who we saw last night, that's the true and living Dallas Cowboys. I've been a fan since 1977, people. I'm not, as the old school would say, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I've been a fan since 1977. I've seen the Cowboys win, and I've seen the Cowboys lose. And I'm going to tell you, this is historically one of the worst losses that I've ever seen the Cowboys have. And it's a shame that we did not come into this game better prepared, ready to fight, at least give a fight. If we lost, we lost. I picked the Niners to win. But it would at least been a good game if you at least show some heart. Try to do something. You let the Niners score in the first drive, which they've been doing in every game this year. You let them drive down the field. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The Niners, they're that team. Purdy is better. They're not even the same team Dallas played in the playoffs last year. This is a team that's actually better. They got better. Their coaching is definitely way more elaborate, way more creative. We've got a mundane, run, throw, check down stuff. And Dak ain't it. You're not winning anything with the way this offense looks. We're unimaginative. We got no plays. We don't know how to scheme guys open. It is bad. It is really, really bad. And Mike McCarthy, his archaic, obsolete style of coaching and play calling, at some point, I told people, Dallas is not careful, it's going to catch up to them. is going to catch up to the Cowboys because McCarthy is not that dude. You need McVays. You need Shanahans. You need Mike McDaniels. You need guys that know how to utilize weapons. That Brandon Cook, we can't. This guy is fast. We don't use him. We can't even scheme him open or get him open. Can't even get him down the field. It's a shame with all the weapons that we have, we can't do anything with them because we don't have any coaching that knows how to put these guys in position to win. And that is the problem. This is not old school football where just my man's going to beat your man. My best guy is going to beat your best guy. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to scheme. You got to plan. You got to know how to run plays to put your guys in position. You got to find a weakness. Every team has a weakness. And I got to say, the Niners, the secondary, they stepped up. And I thought that was the weak point of y'all's defense. I thought we had some opportunities there, but we couldn't get anything. Dak held the ball like he was like a deer in headlights. It was like he was so scared to let the ball go. He doesn't run. And you know what we do? We run RPOs, and Dak always lets the ball go. He never keeps it. Why run RPOs if your quarterback is never going to even keep the ball? It doesn't even make any sense. Who are you fooling? That's so dumb. Like, he doesn't use his legs. He doesn't move. He looks like a robot. He's like stiff potato legs, like he's walking in concrete. The man is bad. It's 8 years in the league. You're not going to win. Dak has hit his ceiling. I don't care. You had Shannon. You had Scott Linehan. You had Jason Garrett. You had Kellen Moore. Now you got Mike McCarthy. And it's still the same Dak. Nothing changes. Nothing. That it goes up and down. He was going to give you some good games, but this was the game that you were supposed to show up. This was the game that everybody was supposed to come through. We actually look worse with our running game now that we got rid of Zeke. We was actually a whole yard better per carry last year with Zeke than we are now. This is pitiful that Dallas looks as bad as they are. So, Cowboy fans out there, I'm letting you know now. Okay, take it from me. I know. I've been a fan of this team for a very long time. Okay, I'm not one of these, delusional fans as Don talked about in the opener. Okay, I'm trying to let you know. I did not pick them to win this game because I know the 49ers are a better team. But at least show up to fight. That game had no competition. And you know what Joey Bosa said? He said it just goes to show you that if your defensive line is out of the game resting with 5 minutes left to play against that team, what more can you say, right? Like, Trent Williams is like, he thought this was going to be like they was going to need a tub bath after this game. They're going to need to rest in the tub. And he's like, ain't no need to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? They ain't even probably showered. They never broke a sweat. The 49ers might just kept their pants on and got in their car and rode home because their uniforms weren't even dirty. They ain't need to do nothing. They didn't even need to do nothing. Nothing. It was a pathetic, deplorable, ignominious performance by the Dallas Cowboys. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be embarrassed by that performance that you put up there. And so when you beat these inferior teams, it means nothing. It holds no weight. That's the team you got to beat. And you're not going to beat the Eagles, and you're not going to beat Detroit, and you're not going to beat the other teams that are going to start developing and getting better as the season goes along. Remember, we're in week 5. Teams are going to get better. Dallas, I don't see Dallas getting better because you know why? They have no creativity in the coaching. The coaching does not do. Mike McCarthy couldn't make an adjustment. He couldn't make an adjustment if you paid him extra money. He couldn't make an adjustment if you actually came up to him and told him, look, this is the matchup right here. He would still want to do what he's doing. We need more balance, and we gotta be, we gotta run the ball. We gotta keep running the ball, and none of that. You gotta understand who you're playing against. You were supposed, and I'm gonna throw it back to you, Don. You were supposed to prepare for the 49ers. You were supposed to prepare and plan and scheme for the San Francisco 49ers. Not keep running the same thing you did against the Giants and Jets and the New England Patriots. You had to know this is a different caliber team. We need to install something that works against them. Not what you've been doing. I'm not saying you change the whole game plan or you change your identity or whatever it is you do. But the truth of the matter is the offense haven't had an identity all year long because the defense is keeping everything. You know what Mike McCarthy says today? Well, I hate when he does that. Just sucking his teeth like shut up! I can't. You and Dak are so robot. I can't stand your press conferences. Shut up! Man. Go lay down in your sleep mask. I can't stand when they talk. I don't want to hear nothing from them. Nothing from them, son. He sits up there and he just, it's a stupid, like a rock with no face.
Both of them, Dak and Mike McCarthy said didn't see it coming. That's what when they said that after the game, didn't see it coming. That told you all you needed to know. I'll just tell you this. First 4 games that Dallas played, they only allowed 41 points. In the first 4 games.
Yeah,
we beat them 42 to 10.
Yeah, we gave them more points in that one game than we did all year combined. Yeah.
This therapy session has been brought to you by Brooklyn Beards and Ball. Listen, I gave Rod the first 20-minute block just to get all it's
I didn't
about
realize
therapy.
I was talking that long. Wow.
No, it's cool. Therapeutic. You have to get it off your chest, man, because hopefully at the end of this show, you will feel better about the situation. Now, the Cowboys, fortunate for you, will still make the playoffs. It doesn't look promising that they're going to win anything. That's for sure. They're not going to, if they have to play Detroit, if they have to even play the Saints, I don't know if they can beat the Saints.
No, I don't know. We won't beat the Saints. We have no offense, D. We can't beat no Saints. No offense. Go ahead.
Yeah, it had to be a frustrating loss. The players now, I didn't want to bring this up. I didn't. But as you mentioned before, we had text messages going back and forth. Now, this is the only thing that I will actually talk about. I told you that the 49ers were on the next level, like a level that the Cowboys clearly were not on. I foresaw that. And you advised me that we only have 3 offensive players. And those offensive players were Brock Purdy, CMC, and Brandon Ayuk, right? And I said, well, what about Kittle? What about Debo? They're not doing anything, was the response. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but pretty much you were saying those guys get no run. They're invisible players. Like, they're going to be shut down. They will be useless. And who were the impact players of the game? Kittle has 3 touchdowns. See, that is the fundamental difference between us and the Cowboys, and I think even the Eagles. There are no egos. All of us, it might be Kittle's day today or yesterday. It was his day. Tight end day. He had 3 TDs. Brandon Ayuk, if that play was not called back, he was going to have over 100. Now, I need you to admit that Brandon Ayuk is a number 1, and I need you to admit that he is better than CeeDee Lamb.
I said that to you in the text yesterday. I'm still not going to – let me tell you something. I'm not going to say he's better than CeeDee Lamb only because I think really there isn't anything that, in my mind, that distinguishes them to that. I'm sorry, guys. That distinguishes them to that degree like that. So my thing is I just don't think that he's that much better than CeeDee Lamb. If anything, I would say that they're more equal. That's all I would say. I know I'm having some camera issue here, guys. But listen, I'm only showing you what the Cowboys looked like yesterday. This is the issue that they had. That's all. So just bear with us, okay? That's it. It's bad.
I'll say this. Overall, the game, honestly, a few takeaways. I thought that we would put up 30 points. I thought that we would actually be able to score against you guys. But I did think it was going to be a lot more competitive. I didn't foresee that we were going to blow you guys out by then. But I will say this. After the first quarter, I knew it was going to be a blowout. After the first quarter, it was like the way they moved the ball on this so-called, toughest defense we've ever seen. And I got to say, you guys weren't the toughest defense we've seen so far this year.
No,
hindsight being 2020.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, you guys weren't great. And I'm not talking based off the fact of how many points we scored on you guys. But clearly,
can I say this real quick? I'm gonna tell you why that is. I'll just real quick. I'm gonna let you finish your point because Dallas, and this is why I keep arguing with people on Twitter and telling different people that I talk to outside of the show that Dallas's defense. They might say, "Oh, we in elite." We're not elite. Y'all clearly haven't watched football a long time. That's not an elite defense. This is an opportunistic defense. This is a defense that they pursue the ball. That's why Donovan Wilson is still looking around. After Kittles celebrated and Kittles was already having an after party and he's turned up at the club, Donovan Wilson is still looking around in the end zone trying to see where the ball is, because Dallas likes to try to go for the ball. They're very ball hawkers. They're instinctive defenders that way. But that's the problem. You can beat teams like that when you play sound offensive football like the San Francisco 49ers. When you play the Niners, you got to be disciplined. You can't be trying to look in the backfield and trying to watch the quarterback. Pick your man and get in his pocket and stay with him. Stop trying to stop trying to make the play and get the pick. You're not playing as Daniel Jones. You're not playing against what's his name out there? Matt whatever his name is, in Matt Jones in New England. You're playing against the best quarterback right now in the league. So that's why this hasn't been the best defense. Yeah, I don't know I'm forgetting everything. I just want to forget that game, to be honest with you. But go ahead. As you were saying, this is not the best defense you've seen.
Yeah, clearly it's not the best defense, surprisingly enough. I think I'm interested in seeing if you guys are able to bounce back. You have the Chargers coming off of a bye. Kellen's going to be, because a lot of
he's
times
gonna be Nathan Hack. He's gonna be Nathaniel Hackett in that game. Watch, he's gonna end up getting the game ball. Watch, you'll see.
I will say this: if you guys lose next week, then you guys will be in danger of missing the playoffs. Because you have a difficult schedule moving
very
forward.
Hard schedule. Yeah,
you had your easy games, and for the most part, other than Arizona, you took full advantage of your easy games. Now,
we did.
Of course, very, very similar to last year when we played Miami. A lot of teams look great until they meet us. Teams look world beaters until they meet us. And I will say this: our team, to your credit, you said it, and I agree. Our team got better.
Yeah, y'all did.
We got better. I mean, Brock Purdy is more seasoned. He's poised. And at some point, people have to give him the credit where credit's due. Yeah, he's the last pick in the draft, and everybody's waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I just don't know. But Nick Wright even had to come to his senses today and say, hey, listen, he made some real deal throws, because everybody thinks because our team is so stacked that it's easy and anybody. Now, granted, Kyle Shanahan knows how to scheme a game. He knows. He can. He's a master at that. So granted, that needs no need to even go into that. He's a great schemer of a game. But still, when you look at the quarterback, when you look at Brock Purdy, you understand that you still have to be able to facilitate that. You still have to be able to make it happen, because you can have all these weapons and not know what to do with them or not utilize them. And I think I love the fact that when you think that you can hone in on a particular player, one of our other players, which, our position players, our skill players, we're deep. So you would have to pick your poison, but ain't that much picking in the world. Like, really, realistically speaking, it's not that much picking in the world. But let's quickly talk. Anything else you want to say, man? I just want, because I know I have you paid for a full 45 minutes of counseling. So I want to make sure you get all your time in. I don't want to rush you. I want the therapy session to actually be beneficial. I don't want to cut. I don't want to shortchange you. Because
let me tell you something, America, about Don. Don is very humble. He's enjoying it. Trust me, y'all. He's enjoying it. But Donald is different than me, y'all. Right? I'm going. I'm one of those big loud mouths. I'm braggadocious. But Donald subtly gets you. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to pick those wounds. Trying to say with the jokes. Because if y'all don't know by now, America, Don is a comedian. All right. Trust me, he's a comedian, and so he knows how to get me and jab at me. And so he's turned this session, this episode has turned into a therapy session, which I need. And so thank you, Don. I appreciate it. Yeah,
no problem. No problem.
No, I think I'm done now. I'll make this one last point. Can I make this one last point?
Sure.
I'll make this one last point. And kudos to 105.3, the fan, the Tolos out there in Dallas. There was a good point that one of the guys brought up, and I will agree with this. This is the problem with the Cowboys. Okay. And the whole management thing. Because again, Dallas, our culture, Jerry Jones, it's about money. It's not about wins.
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you can speak to Micah Parsons being out of his mind, thinking that there isn't a huge gap in, I don't know if he was talking about.
Let me tell you something. See, he was getting ready to close the session down.
Ahead,
now,
go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Micah Parsons, shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. You sound idiotic. You sound like a lunatic. You are actually embarrassing yourself as a player who is actually considered to possibly be the defensive player of the year. Someone who has come into this league and has done work, making comparisons of your play to the great Lawrence Taylor. As great as a player as you have been so far in the 3 years in the league, you are discrediting yourself and you're sounding like a fool. Stop it, okay? The 49ers kicked your A. That's what happened. You were humiliated. You were non-existent in the game, as were your teammates. This is not a time to be philosophical and say we can learn, we don't lose, we get lessons. Forget the t-shirts. We don't need the t-shirt hype. We don't need the inspirational quotes on your hat. We don't need none of that. What we need is for you to own up to the fact that your team got beat. And you want to sit out there and change jerseys with CMC? They're laughing at you, bro. They're laughing at you. And you want to get them here in your little podcast. You want to talk about, well, it wasn't really that bad. We really shouldn't have, we really lost to ourselves. And, they really didn't beat us. And what game was you playing in yesterday? There's no way let me tell you something. And that's the kind of thing that makes the 49ers even more superior than the Cowboys and any other team, because they listen to nonsense like that and listen to you make an idiot of yourself talking about we didn't really lose the game and they're really not that much better than us. How could you sit there and say that? How could you even discredit what the 49ers did to you? Bro, they pulled their starters after the first quarter. What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying to me. You sound idiotic. So yes, I have a problem with Micah Parsons because he runs his mouth too much. Why already you trying to start a freaking media career? Just chill, bro. Just keep quiet. You don't even know what you're saying at the time. What you're articulating makes no sense. Just chill. Go back in the lab. We don't need to hear from you, okay? You was not a lion on yesterday. You was nowhere near. There was no roar coming from you, okay? Now, let me make this last point, D, and I'm going to go back to you, then you can take us wherever you want to go from here, okay? All right? The problem is when you look at good coaching and good cultures, what do? They get rid of GMs, they get rid of coaches, and they get rid of players. If you notice in Kansas City, they got rid of Alex Smith. Alex Smith got them to the playoffs, Kansas City, that is. But they still moved on from him. Why? Because he wasn't going to fit in the system, and he wasn't that dude at the end of the day. Alex Smith has a cap. There's a ceiling to him, right? You look at Garoppolo even. Garoppolo got y'all to a Super Bowl, D. He took y'all to a Super Bowl, and y'all still moved on from him. You still moved on. You went and draft Trey Lance, and even though that experiment didn't work out, right? Here comes Purdy, and obviously the rest is history. But the point is, you moved on.
And when Alex Smith was with us, we got Kaepernick.
He was with you guys. You got Kaepernick, right? And you moved on. And what did Kaepernick do? Lead y'all to a Super Bowl, right? Yep. So again, you got to know when the time is up. Even in the Rams, they Jared Goff, right? Goff leads them to a Super Bowl. Now Jared Goff is gone, right? They win with Matt Stafford, okay? What I'm saying is that, and even though Goff is balling now, of course we can see. But the point I'm trying to make is Dak is done. Dallas should not even be thinking about extending his contract. There's no way you extend his contract.
Well, Scrap says they should have put Lance in. Lance, listen, I thought Lance was giving them all the insider news. He was allegedly telling them, where the bodies were buried.
On that today. Yeah,
and I don't know what happened.
No, why? No, you know why? Lance didn't know nothing. I'm gonna tell you why, Lance. Because you know why? Shanahan changed it all. He changed the whole game plan. He changed everything up. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what innovative, creative-minded coaches do. They make you think.
He shredded the playbook as soon as Lance got traded.
Soon as Lance got traded to the Cowboys, we're gonna change the Cowboys. Now we're gonna burn everything. Gonna do everything. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's what the 49ers do. And that's why it's a Class A organization from top to bottom. And I'm gonna tell y'all, America, it's hard for me to say this. I'm still wounded from the 81 catch. Okay. I was sitting on the couch with my father. I was a 9-year, that was an 81, so I was a 10-year-old boy on the couch with my dad. I was feeling so good, but yet nervous at the same time because that was a game Dallas still could have won had Danny White not fumbled on the drive after the catch. A lot of people forget what happened after the catch. Dallas was actually driving. We actually started to move into their territory, and then Danny White got sacked and fumbled, and that was it. He lost the fumble. But let me tell you something. When the catch happened, I was hurt. I cried. Okay, I cried. Then I also broke my what do you call it? My door. Okay, that's all that you know. I wasn't saved at the time, so you know what I'm saying. I was still, you know what I'm saying. Okay, but I was. This is the 1990. This is the 1994 championship game. Okay, when Troy Aikman threw that third pick and y'all went up like 21-0 on us, and Troy threw that pick and Merton Hanks with that stupid neck. I want to break his neck. I can stand that neck going back and forth. I took the chair. I broke the door. I was so angry, so upset by that. I lost it. Okay. The 49ers have been breaking my heart for a long time. And then these past 2 years in the playoffs, all right? So for me to sit, I just want to show y'all the growth that this therapy session has got me confessing now. Because in every therapy session, there's got to be a confession. So here's for me to come out and give platitudes, okay, and applause and credit to the San Francisco 49ers. That takes a lot. Because if you're a Cowboy fan, it is everyone in your division in the NFC East, and it is the Steelers, and it is the 49ers who you loathe, you disdain with great measure. You don't ever give those teams anything. If anyone said, I was in a store one day, one guy said to me, I like the Cowboys, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm like the 49ers too. I turned my back on him in that line. I didn't even continue to talk to him. I said, well, I'm in my mind, like, this dude is a joke. What this fool talking about? What you doing? You're a Cowboy fan, and you like the 40. You don't like the 40. You ain't no real Cowboy fan. Ain't no real. You know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't live it, you should have read history to know that that's not a good thing to do. But today's 49ers, okay, which is not your grandmama's 49ers, is a different team. They get credit. They're the best team, and they are my pick to win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs don't stand a chance against this team, and they got the best quarterback in the world. And I'm trying to tell you now, Mahomes does not have enough to overcome this team, and their defense is nowhere near going to stop Purdy in this well-executed offense. So as far as I'm concerned, 49ers are head and above, not just the Cowboys, but they're head and shoulders above everybody, and the Dolphins for that matter, as high potent as their offense is. The 49ers are definitely the team to beat. They showed it last night, and I'm going to tell you something. They never even cared about Dallas last night. We made this game so important to us, but the 49ers, to them, in all honesty, it was just another game. They knew they was going to wipe the floor. They didn't care, because now they made a statement to the entire league to let everybody know, putting everyone on notice, okay? We are coming, and Purdy is healthy. And Purdy looks really good. And he's no longer Mr. Irrelevant. He's that dude now. And you got to give him his props. So congratulations again, D. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you your props. Okay? Y'all beat us and y'all whipped us. Whipped us. Bad.
If you seen Sam Darnold in the game, nothing good could come of that.
I didn't even know who y'all backer was. I forgot y'all even had that dude.
Sam Darnold came in at probably 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Because, I mean, really, if we had continued to play, we could have put up
easily. Y'all would have did a 70 on us. Y'all would have did a Miami on us.
And just think about CMC's fumble on the 1 yard line. I mean, like, listen, it
wasn't even really a fumble. He just happened to lose the ball. It's not like we did anything.
He landed on top of him, and the guy
on Lewis.
Snatched the ball from him. So but it was, and the Mason, who was running all over you guys.
Dude,
that's our third string running back.
Right, because Elijah Moore didn't even play. I mean, Elijah Mitchell didn't even play. Right.
Yeah. Third string running back.
That's a rookie, right? He's a rookie? Is that a rookie?
No, he's not a rookie.
No?
I think he's
Dude was decent up the middle, son. I mean, and look how many game tackles it took us to bring y'all down. Even when Debo caught the pass after the play that IU called, that got called back for the illegal use of hands on offensive
40 yard. He caught a 40-yard pass. They called it back. Debo catches a 42-yard. Like, yo, listen.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was looking, it took 10 guys. He would have gotten the end zone. It took like 10 guys to bring him down. I mean, I couldn't believe him. Yeah, that running back destroyed us. So our run game defense is atrocious. Yeah, we're bad. Yeah, we're bad. This is a bad team. Yeah, we're bad. So anyway, yeah. But go ahead, D. Whatever else you want to talk about.
So, listen, I think, do you feel like, how do you feel now? Can I give you your shoestrings back? Can you get your shoestrings back? Because we had to take his shoestrings. We had to take all belts and shoestrings away from him.
Yeah,
but
they had to.
Listen,
I was on a watch. Yeah, I'm here though. I'm here. Thank God.
But listen. Overall, I think it's a long season. It's a long season.
Yeah, it is.
Do I think that we're gonna go undefeated? No. For the whole season, no. But it will be interesting if we can make it to week 13, and the Eagles can make it to week 13. Undefeated. We'll see what happens. But they play you guys, right? They play you guys in what, 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks?
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. After this 49, after this Charger game, we get a bye,
and then you
got. I think we got somebody else, and then the Eagles.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, we have, I think, the Browns next game. So Browns are coming off of a bye. We just gotta listen one game at a time. And even when after the game, they were giving them the game balls and talking to them, and they were asking them, so what do you think about this and that? All three of them, I think they had Purdy, they had Kittle, and somebody else. One game at a time. I think CMC. Right. It was like one game at a time. We just trying to work on the next game. Because if your team is built for February, October's nice. October's beautiful. It's a nice time. But your focus needs to be February. And how do you get to February healthy and, hitting on all cylinders? Now, I saw someone on TV hint today that the 49ers are peaking too early. And I'm like, okay, peaking too early. I think that we're going to only get better. And if we get some victories like that, now, truth be told, they pulled a lot of the main players, like in the fourth quarter. But realistically, we could have pulled them earlier. We could have pulled those people earlier because the game was really out of hand. And the likelihood of you guys coming all the way back and beating us, you guys didn't get into the red zone. The entire game.
We didn't get a first down to the second quarter. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. No, you're right, D. The game was over. I knew the game was over when Dallas had their first 3 and out because I saw the way we was going to play. The play calling on the first drive told me all I needed to know on how the night was going to go. And the shook that Dak had in his eyes. I already knew it wasn't going to go well. His passes were sailing on him. He was high, and the play calling was not good at all. So, and then when Warner get the fumble on Pollard, that was it. I already knew this game was over because you could see after y'all scored on y'all first drive with ease, by the way. No kind of resistance at all. And then, of course, the first play of the game was a face mask. You know what I'm trying to say? So, that already added the 15 yards. And so you already saw that Dallas, and I said, okay, well, maybe we'll settle down. Maybe they got the first drive. We'll settle in. But I knew the offense was not going to be of any help when I saw them go 3 and out. I said, okay, this is over because the defense is not going to be able to do much with this offense for the rest of the night. It's going to be a long one. So,
and you guys Dak had 3 interceptions?
3. Yeah, 3.
So
and you can't throw. Yeah, go ahead.
So he's on his way to hitting 15 again.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, probably more than that. He's got 4 already for the season.
Right, 4 and 5 games.
Yeah.
So
4 and 5 games. Yeah.
He's, luckily for you, you guys don't play us again in the regular season. No. So
No,
listen,
we don't.
And he has the Eagles. He has tough teams that he's going to be. He's going to be close to that 15 mark again.
D, I'm gonna tell you right now. So we got the Chargers next week on Monday night, right? Then we got a bye. Then we got the Rams, right? That's not going to be because, the Rams, the Rams, they got shut down in the second half of that game on Sunday, but they looked good in the first half of that game. But then you got the Eagles. You'll lose to the Eagles. You'll beat the Giants. You'll probably beat Carolina. Washington is up in the air. We might end up splitting with them. We could very well lose to Seattle. Then you got Philly again, Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit.
Whew.
Okay, so you're looking at possibly a 4-game losing streak. All right, and that starts in December. We come in December hot with the Eagles, Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit. Okay, so before we end the season with Washington. So yeah, it's December,
and Washington might not be a walk in the park either.
No, and it's not. That's what I mean. It's not. We're going to probably split with Washington. I think we'll split with Washington. Yeah, Dallas. Listen.
What happens? What happens if you guys miss the playoffs? Now, realistically, what needs to happen?
McCarthy will get fired. Yeah, I think McCarthy will get fired. Only way McCarthy will save his job, and the only way he can convince, and it just depends on how Jerry is looking at his money, is if he has to tell Jerry and Steven that Dak is not my guy, okay? I came in, I inherited Dak. He's not the guy. We're not going to win with him. I need to get my own quarterback, right? So the system isn't working for Dak. Dak's not working in the system. So now it's a matter of, is it the quarterback who you've had now for 8 years, who's played on the various systems and still hasn't given you nothing because in the big games he still comes up flat? Or do you give McCarthy another chance, right? That's what it really comes down to. But McCarthy, in my opinion, he does need to go. McCarthy can't prepare. He's not a guy that knows how to, make adjustments. He still has an old school kind of way in how he calls plays.
He said he didn't see it coming. The team that eliminated you from the playoffs 2 years in a row, who is undefeated. This game should have been circled on the calendar.
Precisely my point.
How do you say I didn't see? And Dak said didn't see it coming, got punched in the mouth.
Yeah. That's not only only thing I could say to their defense if they meant the level of effort that they played with. But that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, so what are you saying? What did you not see coming? Did you not see Dallas playing this bad? Do you know what I'm saying? Or did you not see the 49ers having the ability to beat you as bad as they did? Because they were capable of beating you that bad, easily. Yeah. It was only going to be you putting up enough fight to prevent such a blowout. And you didn't even do that. No, and that was the problem. Yeah. No. So
and then before we close, you guys are losing is it
so
Turpin?
LVE Turbin is gone. He's going to be on the IR. I think he's out 4 weeks.
Yeah.
LVE's on IR now, so he's gone at least 4 weeks.
And we know that neck is already
that neck, and he took a big stinger there in that neck. Yeah.
And I don't understand because the shoulder pads are up here.
You know what, Donald?
How do you get to the neck? I'm serious. If the shoulder pads are above your ears, how does it even that neck guard? All of that stuff is here.
It was. Well, the way y'all blocked, because on that, he got hurt, obviously, on that touchdown run by, what's your running back again that scored? I forget the kid's name. But
Mason
the running back.
Was it Mason?
Yeah, Mason. Yeah, it was on that play. He got hurt. So I think it was either Kittles, because I think Juszczyk blocked Parson on that play, but then Kittles came, if I'm not mistaken. He's the one that ended up hitting LVE, and so when he hit him, LVE runs into Parsons, so he hits Parsons in the back with his head, and it was a square on, it's got to be one of those perfect angle spots when you get those kind of injuries to get hit, and that was a very unfortunate thing because we do need him. So we're going to probably have to make a trade somewhere too. And there was talk about either getting a corner. They talking about Denver as well. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fire sale with Denver soon.
Yeah, Denver.
It's going to be it's going to be a wrap because. I'm glad Nathaniel Hackett got back. Got some.
Yeah, I was happy.
Get back. I'm glad.
Yeah, he got some get back.
Yeah, and so that was good. And listen, Sean Payton, he's one of those people, the old school guys. Just as you can give it, you got to be able to take it. Now he's the one that started it. He started the whole worst coaching job ever. And now when you take an L and someone asks you, oh, well, we moved on. Well, no, not exactly. You brought it up, and it wasn't out of bounds for a reporter to ask you that.
Right.
But, then he wants to get a little snippy, like, yo, we passed that. No, y'all got
no, we're not.
And just take it.
Yeah, take that L. Yeah, take that L.
Because this is right after the game is fresh. Take it and then move on.
That's right.
Now, if they asked you next week about it, then you could say something. But in the moment, after taking a beating And yes, Nathaniel Hackett is not the head coach, but he is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And that offense was better than your team.
Way better, especially on the ground.
So,
Hall went off. Yeah.
Yeah, Hall balled out. I have him on my fantasy team.
So
it was a good week. So yeah, I think it was some interesting games. I picked the Steelers. Steelers handle business.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but part of it is this. Please believe that AFC North is just going to be spinning their wheels until Cincinnati can get back into the fold.
Well, they looked good yesterday.
They're just going to be beating up on each other. And nobody's going to take a commanding lead until Cincinnati gets back. You watch what I tell you.
I have to agree with that.
They're going to drag it out. One team will look amazing. The next week, they're going to lose. And and Cincinnati is going to slowly but surely climb up the ladder. Now, when they play us, we're going to beat the snot out of them. But ultimately... we gonna be now. That calf better be 100%, because if he has some mobility issues, we gonna test that mobility. Oh yeah, we gonna blitz until for sure he's mobile.
Yeah, no question.
We're gonna boost that mobile. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But listen, I don't know if Scrap's on, but what happened? The Braves handled some business tonight. After look at Philly, they were up 4-0. Philly was up 4-0. And come on, Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta. They came back and beat you guys. Okay, so it's a series. It's a series now.
Yeah, it's a series.
So, yeah, man. It is what it is. On.
Yeah, 5-4.
They handle business.
Yeah, they did.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Dodgers can get their mind right, because
they're down 3-0 right now.
Whew.
Yeah, top of the second. Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona is Diamondbacks has been serious.
Yeah, some good playoffs. But yeah, man,
I feel good about this. I feel good after this therapy session, that I'm leaving you in a better place than when the show started, because initially I had my concerns. You were before we got on. You were displaying destructive behavior prior to the show starting. And now that we've had the opportunity to talk it out, I think, you've come to grips with who your team is, what it's going to do.
Hey, listen, that's it. The truth will set you free. And you know what? I feel so relieved, no pressure. I don't walk in a burden, because you know what? My team is who they are, and I've accepted that. And now I can walk on and just enjoy life. You know what? I mean, heck, I might even miss a few of the games that we play.
And there's room. Listen.
No.
No, listen. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You have Sunday Ticket on YouTube, right?
Yes, I do. Do.
Do you think they'll give you a refund? I'm just wondering.
I know they won't. No, they won't.
After a certain week, they'll be like, "Yo, you got to pay for it. Whether your team is trash or not, you got to pay."
Exactly. You still have to pay to see your team look trash. Right. Exactly.
But Rod, listen,
man.
Great show, man. Listen, we focused solely on the major marquee matchup, man. Which was just a total. We just totally dismantled your team.
Yeah, you did. It was a complete dismantle. It was bad, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. They all need to be at the altar.
Right. Any bright spots, anything you could take away, any takeaways, anything that you can look to. I mean, everything you need to improve on, but is there any bright spots? Is it anything that you see that you could take into the next week where this might be something that, hey, this could be the catalyst for us to get on a winning streak?
No, because no, I don't see anything, and I'm not speaking out of my emotions or being deflated from the loss. It's not that. I'm just speaking to you as a football fan and somebody that loves football and watch the Cowboys and study this team as much as I do. That no, there really isn't, because they're not going to change who they are. Dak is who he's going to be. McCarthy is not going to become this innovative Shanahan overnight, and it's not going to change. It's nothing going to change, and teams are going to be better than them because they're going to scheme better than them. I still love Dan. All right, I'll maybe say this part. I still love Dan Quinn. I still think the defense is good, but until we would play more discipline.
You and Micah Parsons think that the defense is good.
Yeah, well, the defense is good. Yeah, but Micah jumps out the window on a lot of other.
But Bland didn't look great, right?
Bland didn't look great, but I thought what's his name looked worse. What's his name? I don't know why.
Oh, Gilmore.
Gilmore.
I know you want to forget all of your players now.
Yeah,
right?
I actually do.
But yeah, Gilmore
did not look good. Yeah, he's lost a step. He's not that player anymore. He doesn't have the speed. He can't. In other words, he can't make up ground like he used to. He was really, because he had speed and he was able to make up ground on when he would get beat on a cut or something like that. But he can't do that anymore. Only thing Gilmore now can do is tackle really well.
It's all in his mind now. He wants to get there, but he just can't.
Just can't. Right.
He knows this guy's gonna burn me.
This guy's gonna burn me. I see myself catching up to him, but my body is not there yet. Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
In my mind, I'm running neck and neck with him. But yeah. But that's just what it is. Yeah. So it's bad. But kudos to the 49er fans, the 49er nation. Of course, your boy, Ken Briggs.
Oh yeah.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Him and Kittle share a birthday, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. There was
October's a great month. I mean, Libra's
and Corey was at the game too. He was at the Dolphin game. I said, "What do? You going to the Dolphin game every week?" I said, "Look, what's up, man? What are you doing?" I said, "You missing a lot of church."
Right, exactly.
Right. I said, he said, "What? You need to be in church for Tua." I don't know if you saw Tua's. I'll probably have to send it to you. His Instagram, where he speaks, very high of his belief in Jesus Christ and talks about his prayer. He was like, "Yeah, I speak in tongues and everything. I go in."
Really?
Yeah, he goes in, man. He's big about his faith with Christ and his Christianity. And so I sent that to Corey. I said, "Corey,
that's no substitute. That's no substitute for Corey being in."
Right, exactly. I'm like, Corey, what's up? You need to be in church for him because he wants to be in church. He said he always he catches his services after the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah. So I told Corey, I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Yeah, you need to be in service for Tua, man." You know what I'm saying? Right. I guess he figured, well, I'll be at the game. Dude went to 2 games in a row, so Corey be out there. I said, "Wow, yeah." So he was at yesterday's game too. Yeah.
So he feels, and they won both games. So he feels as long as he's at the game, they're going to win.
That's what I told him today. I said, "I guess you feel like every time you're there, y'all going to win."
That's going to get expensive soon.
That's going to get a bit. Those losses, it's going to get real expensive.
As soon as they get on a losing streak, he's going to try to. No, I'm going to reset. Let me just keep going.
Reset. Right.
Yo, we got to get Corey on. Like,
we got to get Corey on.
We got a list of people. We got a list of people. We got to get True. We got to get Corey on. We got to get Scrap on for sure.
We got to get on.
Yeah. So
and then the basketball's coming in too. So we got to get some of the guys from last season.
I saw. This is something that is going to be dangerous. I saw Ben Simmons shooting 3-pointers. I'm telling you, Ben.
Did he hit them?
Was he hitting them? Yes. Listen, if Ben Simmons,
D, you sound like the Cowboy fans. D.
No.
D, don't do it.
Ben Simmons, I'm not expecting him to be Steph Curry, but what I'm saying is, if Ben Simmons gets back to, if he can get to the player he was prior to the back injury, defensively, we know that he's still 6'10". He has great defense. He has great court vision. If he can add, even if he becomes a 30% 3-point shooter, 25%, take the shots. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. If he's willing to take the shots, that'll be amazing. Yeah,
it's more mental with Ben. It's always been, if he gets his mental right and gets his confidence up, and and I think now he's got more of a positive surrounding, right? He doesn't have all the, you ain't got the Kyries and the KDs and the other guys.
It's a team of blue collar workers,
right? Exactly.
That are like their focus is winning more than their brand, right?
Correct.
So I think that's beneficial. But how did the Lakers do against the Warriors?
We actually lost, but the Warriors played their whole. They played their starters. They brought out their Hall of Fame.
Listen.
But they won. Yeah, it's preseason.
I just want to know. Like, I'm just trying to bring in all of your teams just to kind of recap all of your teams.
Oh, recap. Yeah.
So L after L.
We look at but it's preseason. We're definitely ready. I love what the Lakers are going to look like in this new look.
I can't wait for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm sure LeBron is taking acting classes because I'm sure he is learning how to jump in the third row when he gets fouled. I can imagine what LeBron is gonna do when he gets fouled. Tinseltown. I mean, he's gonna try gonna be all over the place. But hey, listen, we'll be talking about that soon.
Oh yeah, we definitely definitely rock out on the Lakers and basketball, no question.
Yeah. But in any case, man, Rod.
Yeah.
Great show, man. Great
show. Sorry for the camera issues, America. It's the gloomy effect. Yeah, I just gotta,
Shout outs to Kingdom Creative for the production.
Shout out.
Awesome job. Shout outs to Infinite Audio for the music.
Let's go.
Awesome. Once again, please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube page. We appreciate all of the comments.
Appreciate it.
All the participation. If there's a subject you want us to talk about, please shoot it in the comments. We'll talk about it. We got some stuff to talk about.
Oh, no doubt.
On our next show, we'll talk about, a little bit more about Dion. We'll talk about the NBA season.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about, MLB.
Yeah.
We'll talk hockey. No, we're not talking hockey. It was something good
Rugby.
to say.
Right.
We'll talk about cricket. We'll talk about, Skelly. We'll talk
Skelly, right? Remember Skelly?
Remember Skelly?
Yeah.
I bet people don't know Skelly.
They don't know Skelly.
If you're not from the East Coast, you don't know Skelly.
You don't know Skelly.
You don't know about taking your mom's peanut butter, her peanut butter top and stuffing it with clay and trying to You don't know about that.
Drawing up
but
box.
That was right. Oh yeah, that was dope.
Man.
That was dope.
Oh, Skelly was that was great childhood memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Until next time. Peace. Go Niners, baby.